cooking with Doomsvince.
Hello everyone, welcome to Cooking with Doomsvince. I of course am Doomsvince, and I am bringing doom to a poultry farm today. I suppose it'd be from a poultry farm if you really think about it. Today we are going to be making chicken salad of doom. The ingredients that you will need: almonds, not the main ingredient, salt, black pepper, canned chicken, canned mushrooms, onions, raisins, yogurt, ranch seasoning, celery, and a cucumber. This is not an ingredient, but it makes the process much faster. Do not forget your pulverizer. 6 blades of doom makes pulverizing much faster, if you can get the lid off. Remember, it is easy to cut yourself with a pulverizer, as easy as it is with a knife. Do not put your finger into the pulverizer, unless you will not miss your finger. Before cooking, remember to don your proper shielding. Place the string over and around your neck and then tie it in the back, trying to do it as masculinely as you possibly can. I will kill you, spine, until you writhe in pain and then I hit the floor. Doom will come to everything. A large bowl is also useful, unless you intend to mix it on the counter. Your mother will not be pleased. My Doomsayers 15 years or under. Use your can opener to open your cans. I will say it again later. Open the can of chicken with the can opener so that you can release the doom from the poultry farm. Drain the water, preferably in the sink. Use the can opener to open the can. I have fulfilled my promise. Consider your mushrooms opened. During this dish, you will be dealing with no raw meat. It is not highly important to make sure that your food does not touch your other food. Feel free to let your foods mesh, because you're going to mix it together anyway. This is no longer necessary. I am going to use 4 cans of canned chicken breast. I'm going to use 2 cans of mushrooms. You did not see them because I've already opened the other 3. That is for economical timing. Of course, you will not see that in this video because it is intended to not ruin my evening. These ingredients will be added to the mixture. You have to do nothing to them, so I'm going to place them on the other counter. I need an adequate amount of room to pulverize. Do not question me. It occurs to me that we need to wash the vegetables. When draining your mushrooms, there will be a lot of excess water, because you don't want any water in your dish. Press the top of the can all the way down until it stops moving, then drain it. If you are uncomfortable in your ability to squeeze the water out, you may use a colander. The same goes with your chicken. Squeeze it until the water is up, then drain it. After you have successfully strangled your chicken and your mushrooms free of water, place them into the large bowl, the one I mentioned earlier. You may think to yourself, that is quite a lot of chicken, 4 cans of chicken. It's a chicken salad. After you have emptied your cans, feel free to dispose of them in the garbage receptacle. There is no trash can in the apartment of doom. Next, I am going to wash my vegetables. All of them, not just the onions. Make sure they're clean, not waterlogged. All of them. Wash your celery free of the dirt that seems to plague it, despite what my head of torture may think dirt is not a spice. Your cucumber may have a waxy film on it. Wash it off. Warm water may help. Remember to remove the ends so that you do not put the shriveled parts of the celery into the chicken salad. I use 1 whole cucumber and 4 entire stalks of celery. Sometimes 5. Today I will use 5. Acquire a cutting implement. Cut your cucumber long ways into 2 identical halves. You should probably do it over the sink so you do not drip it on your doom carpet. Carpet of doom. Now that you have your 2 identical halves, you may take a spoon a single spoon and spoon out the innards. You do not need the seeds. They will add too much water to your dish. I have spooned the cucumber innards into my sink. If you do that, you should do it over the one with the garbage disposal. If you do not have a garbage disposal, you should do it over the garbage receptacle. Remember, there is no trash can in the Doom apartment. The apartment of Doom. Next, you will need your cutting boards. Do not ruin your mother's countertops. Do not do it. I will say it again. Do not ruin your mother's countertops. It is important to move the wilted or slimy looking ends of the celery. Ideally, you will buy celery that is perfectly fresh. As it is, Doomsvince went shopping 3 days in advance to be able to have time to do it. Remove all of the celery leaves from your celery. You do not need the leaves of your celery. And you should also remove the ends of the celery that you did not bite off. Cut your celery into smaller sections that you can pulverize them more easily. You do not want to make your pulverizer choke. Some of you may find that a larger cutting board is useful. Some of you may also think it's stupid that I'm using a knife and a pulverizer at the same time. It is not for ease of washing, it is for ease of pulverizing. Get in the pulverizer without being on the floor. I will lose my control and destroy everything! Now that you have your pulverizer full, put on the cap and then apply the motor to pulverize your celery. You do not need your celery to be fine or liquidy. You want your celery to have some body to it. However, you do not want to have large pieces of celery left over. Stamp it down and pulverize again. It is a good idea to not put your hand into your pulverizer. Place your celery into the bowl with your chicken and mushrooms. Things are more precise when you stick out your tongue. It is a proven fact that it helps with motor function. If you have large pieces of celery left, feel free to break it up with your hands, or put it back in the pulverizer and pulverize it again. Do not simply keep pulverizing until every piece is small. You will end up with celery shake. That is disgusting. You do not want to put that into your chicken salad. If you do so, please get 4 more pieces of celery stalk and do it again. For my Doomsayers who seem to be squeamish around pulverized vegetables, you may use a spatula. Refer to previous Cooking with Doomsvince to know how to cut an onion. You may use 2 medium-sized onions or 3 small onions. I am, of course, using 3 small onions, because I like to make more work for myself. Doomsvince just shot himself in the eyes with onion juice. It makes the experience more pleasant. Feel free to try it for yourself. I feel so much better now. I find onions to be very moving. I'm making my voice hoarse. Pulverize your cucumber last, because it will leave a lot of water in this receptacle that will make you have to strain your other vegetables if you do it first. So, do it last! I'm saying hello to my downstairs neighbors. Knife plus knife equals duller knives. Incidentally, spatula plus knife equals ruined spatula. Spatula plus spatula equals 2 spatulas. It is okay if you would like your cucumbers to be a little extra thin. It will make it easier to squeeze the water out of it. You want the cucumber flavor, not necessarily the cucumber texture. You can see that it is already super watery. It's cucumber's only superpower, which makes it very easy to defeat. To de-waterify your cucumber, you will need 2 or 3 paper towels and a colander. Place the paper towels into the colander and then put your cucumber into the paper toweled colander. My colander is down here. Don't scoop it into your sink, lest ye start this process again. You are officially done with your pulverizer. It is time to strangle your cucumber. Wrap the cucumber like so, making sure that there is no exposed cucumber parts, and then squeeze it until it is dewaterified, aka dead. It is time to add your other ingredients. We are going to start with almonds. Again, not the main ingredient. 2 cups of almonds. Doomsvince has forgotten to pulverize the almonds. You may put them in all whole, or you may pulverize them as you feel free. This is going to be very loud. Leaving some whole is fine. Pulverizing it adds a little bit of grain, it disperses the flavor among the entire dish, and you also have texture. If you have forgotten to do this step, as I have, you should probably dry out before you actually put your almonds in. The lesson we have learned today is why bother doing anything else when there is pulverizing to do. 32 ounces of non-fat plain yogurt. This is when a spatula comes in handy. Doomsvince, that doesn't look very tasty. It's yogurt, it's not good by itself. I am putting in 1 cup of raisins. I like raisins a lot. If you would like this to be less sweet, you may put in less raisins. The next steps are your seasonings. You will only need 3 unless you choose to add dill. I don't recommend it necessarily, but I've tried it before and it's not half bad. Use ranch seasoning until it looks like the top has been snowed upon. Then use pepper until it looks like somebody has managed to sprinkle a little bit of coal dust on top of the snow. That's how I spend Christmas at orphanages. Salt to taste. Commence stirring. You should try to remember that the portions that I have outlined are intended to be consumed over the week's time span. Do not try to eat this all in one evening. You will give yourself a tummy ache. Your chicken salad is now completed. Chicken salad is a dish best served cold. If you do not have a pulverizer, use a knife to chop it into the desired smaller pieces. You need to get your cucumbers as small as you can get it, but if you can't, don't worry about it. You're just going to have inferior chicken salad. Your chicken salad is done. You may devour with Triscuits.